facing the police every single day.
Sir, can I ask a question?
Sorry,
You don't like questions?
Well, what's it about?
Do you think Trump's going to start World War III with China?
Nej, men vadå? Det går. No, but I don't think he's doing the right thing.
Okay. Which country are you from, by the way?
Sweden.
Okay, very good. All right. So you believe in everybody should be peaceful.
Yeah.
And in your country, everybody's got a gun too, right?
No.
I thought that was your country.
No.
Which country is the one that everybody's got a gun?
There have been quite a lot of shootings with criminal gangs, but the people in general, I don't have a gun. None of the people I know have a gun.
Right.
Nothing like that.
Do you have a knife?
For carpentry, yes.
Okay, all right. Are you allowed a knife in Sweden?
No, not to carry it in public.
No kidding. So how do you defend yourself?
Karate? Well, you don't need to.
Everybody's nice there?
Yeah. Well,
Okay, you guys aren't letting Muslims take over your country, are you?
Well, there's certain people think they are,
Right.
And it depends how we view Islam. There are some people that are somewhat extreme in their practice of the religion.
Right.
But that's not the problem, really.
Right.
The problem is that the second generation of immigrants from, particularly the Far East, or not the Far East, but Middle East, have sort of a situation where the kids are not being taken care of a lot, and then they sort of risk to become a bit outside the society, and then they are prone to go into sort of criminal gangs and stuff like that.
Wow.
But it's not like if I go out on the street I'm worried.
Right.
So it's like it's a peaceful country, really.
Right.
But then you wouldn't go to a certain suburb in New York because there's trouble if you go there.
That is true.
Yeah.
Absolutely true. Yeah, it's here too. I admit that.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
But I hear that the Muslims are like taking over a lot of the countries over there. That's why I said that.
No, that's
and they're not they're not integrating.
To a certain extent. I mean, like I was in the hospital for a couple of I had some surgery.
Right.
And like 50% of the staff were immigrants, and without them, healthcare wouldn't work.
No kidding.
And there were people from everywhere.
Right.
Muslims, people from Africa.
Right.
People from Eastern Europe,
right,
and all over the place.
What? No Swedish people work at the hospital?
Oh yeah. Well,
okay.
50%.
Okay, all right. But 50% have taken.
Yeah, give or take, but
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, why? Because your country's not going to reproducing either, so you need to get new people in there to reproduce.
Sort of, yeah.
Right.
And it's a classic problem because as you sort of get higher up on the development scale, Maastricht, sort of the
right.
I'm not sure what it's called in English, but people get used to having nice jobs, sitting in the office and stuff like that, and some type of jobs are not interesting for young people. So immigrants come and they sort of fill up where sort of.
What are the young kids doing now then?
Study a lot, go to university.
Okay, and then they do what?
White collar work.
Okay, white collar. Okay, so they're leaving manual labor to the immigrants.
Yeah, basically.
Kind of like we're doing here.
Yeah. Same all over. I travel a lot in Europe. Same all over, France.
Same
UK,
here. Yeah,
Germany,
same here. That's right. Nobody wants to work anymore. That's a good point. So our countries became a service industry, kind of like the same as you.
Yeah.
Do you guys make anything anymore?
We do.
Okay.
But highly automated. And there's a lot of iron, there's a lot of steel, a lot of workshop industries,
right?
A lot of paper and stuff like that,
right?
Heavily automated.
Interesting. So someday we're not even going to need people.
No, exactly.
Okay, so we should just get rid of them, save the planet?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Why, do you believe in global warming and all that too, or no?
I'm not a scientist, but if I read the news, if I see whatever, some people might say it's fake news, but looking at trying to get a sort of well-balanced view of what scientists says, it's actually happening. And it is, for me, like an ordinary person, I see that for instance Sweden, which is a country far up north, where it's normally very cold, we haven't seen snow for the past few years.
Wow, no kidding.
Well, we have seen snow, but not to the extent when I was a kid.
Right.
I'm 62, so it's been a while. But
you guys don't believe in weather, like a cycle in the world?
Me personally, I do, but I think that sort of too much carbon dioxide actually increases the effect of these cycles.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
So do we need that though to grow stuff?
Pardon?
Carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
Yes. Do we? Do you know that do you know we need carbon dioxide to grow stuff? Do you know that places where they grow stuff indoors, they literally pump in carbon dioxide to help it grow?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So all these people that think we need to plug a cow's butt and maybe we should quit breathing, I mean, how are we going to grow stuff, right?
Yeah. I think.
You think it is a cow's fault?
The cow's fault?
A lot of people think it's because of cows farting.
No. I think, like, if you look at manufacturing steel,
right,
that the emissions from that are huge.
Okay.
Boats, sort of transporting things across the world.
Right.
3% of all the carbon dioxide.
So
emissions.
we should make stuff in our own country then to save the planet.
That's a point.
It is, right?
It is a point, but then we need to pay the price because producing stuff here.
Yes.
If you want to, just read an article. If you want to produce a Nike shoe here,
it'll cost a lot
instead of in Vietnam.
Right.
You would have to pay 10 times.
But
50.
you know what? A lot of the cost, like you said, is in shipping alone. So we're making it over there. We're saving
emissions.
No, I know, but it costs a lot of money to ship it here too.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. So you make it over there for cheaper, but then you got to spend all that money shipping it all the way back.
But clearly, there's more economics in it because otherwise nobody would have sort of put the production there. Because it's not. I mean, like Chinese companies, Vietnamese companies, they do produce stuff, but they wouldn't have started producing it if there wasn't a market for it and they couldn't sell it.
That is true. Very, very true. But do you think that's safe for a country to give all of its work to China and then you go to war and then you can't produce anything?
No, of course not. I mean, you have to have a certain sort of stamina.
Some kind of base, right? Yeah. Do you have any base left there?
We do, but for instance, clothing, everything.
That's all okay overseas.
Yeah.
Right.
But high tech stuff.
Okay, you're still doing that at least.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not going to give away all your secrets to China like America did.
China or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you don't even have to give them the secrets; they'll hack it, right?
Yeah, but it's like that. I mean, in a sense, Sweden did that back sort of 150 years back.
Right.
You look at what other prosperous countries do, and then you copy it.
That is true. That's what China did.
That's what China did. That's what everybody has done.
Right.
To come to a higher level.
That is true. So what has got more people out of poverty? Socialism and communism or capitalism?
I think always you need to have trade, open trade.
Right.
You can't have a sort of a dictatorship or mandate people what you do, because then you take away the initiative from people.
That is correct. Don't give them the fish, teach them to fish, right?
Yeah.
Very, very true. So,
but you have to have some kind of overall control.
Right.
You have to have a strong state in order to make sure that rules and regulations are followed.
Right.
But at the same time, you must allow the sort of free enterprise.
What about your country? You guys arresting everybody for saying something on Facebook like Europe is?
No.
Okay, you're not doing that yet.
No, but there's even a debate that if you actually say something about somebody has expressed themselves incorrectly on Facebook, then or politically not correct, then there are a lot of people defending that people for the freedom of speech.
Yeah, if you don't have freedom of speech, you're not free, correct?
Exactly.
If you don't have guns, you're not free.
We had a guy that burned the Quran.
Yes, that's the word I was getting to. That is correct.
He burned the Quran.
They tried to kill him too.
Well, he's dead now. Actually, has been killed.
Who's the guy that lost? Oh, Rusty. Rusty lost an eye, right? Because he wrote about it too.
But he is.
Okay, who was your guy?
He was an immigrant from Iraq to Sweden, and he was sort of against Islam.
Yep.
And he burned the Quran in front of the Iranian embassy.
I think I remember this. Wow, a lot of Europe countries you can't even do that now.
Stupid thing to do.
Well, but it should be your right.
You
to
should be
free
your
speech,
right. And then the Swedish police had to defend him. But what happened is that Iran sort of contacted the Swedish government in order to stop him, but the government aren't allowed to interfere in any way.
Right. Interesting. So you guys are in the middle then, I guess.
Yeah, well, we're trying to defend free speech, but sometimes it has implications if somebody does something.
Right.
Like we're having some troubles. We wanted to join NATO, and eventually we did.
Right.
But it was held back by Turkey because the Erdogan, you know, the Turkish president.
Okay. Yes.
He was against it, and there were a lot of people making fun of him. And and he was so sort of sensitive to that.
Interesting.
So he sort of halted the process, and it dragged on and dragged on and dragged on.
Oh wow!
So sometimes, freedom of speech comes at a price.
It does. But is that a big loss if you don't get a deal with Iran? I mean, do you care?
If you go into NATO or not?
Well, yeah, that's true. That is a big loss.
Yeah.
But I don't even. Why is Iran even there? Who did you say ruined it? Erdogan? Which country?
No, it was Turkey.
Turkey. Yeah. Why are they even there? I mean, are they really for freedom?
No, that's the problem. But they're a very strategically important partner to NATO because they're just close to Russia.
Right.
And if they're in sort of the American sphere of interest,
right, which is everywhere. Yeah, we like being the police for the world, which is gonna break us, man.
Yeah, and I do understand Trump has a point when it comes to Europe has to pay for its own defense.
Yes, come on, that's only fair.
One of the leader of she was the prime minister, but the leader of the Social Democratic Party in Sweden.
Right.
She said that 300 million Americans can't defend 500 million Europeans.
Ooh,
which is a good point.
Very good point. Yes.
But now Europe is starting to sort of arm up a bit. So.
They are. I saw that they told their people to get 3 days food supply just in case World War III starts. Is that true?
Yeah, but so nobody's talking about World War III. I don't think anybody's.
They don't think it's going to get that bad.
No. This is sort of a little bit of a chicken race between the US and China. China is the European.
Okay, who's going to win that race?
I think China's going to go.
No, they're going to be the new global leader?
I think they got all the production. They got the high technology.
We did fuck up on that.
Yeah,
we did.
And they haven't got democracy as such, so they can do whatever they want.
That is true. Yes, they're an authoritarian state. That is correct. So do you want to be under an authoritarian state with a Chinese person?
No.
Did you know China's so out of control that you can't have a gun and that you can have a knife, but they literally put a serial number on the knife? Do you want to know why? Because did you know in China they don't have guns, so what do they kill people with?
Knives.
They're knives, just like in the other countries that banned it. Is that stupid?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you have pepper spray to defend yourself or anything when you're there?
It's not allowed.
Oh, okay. So what does it say in the law? Just be killed and be a martyr? Is that what it says?
Well, as I said before, it's not really a problem.
Okay, it really doesn't happen like it does here.
You don't. Yeah. And I mean, if you get in a gunfight with a serious criminal,
right?
If you haven't been on the gun range, you're about to lose anyway.
That's a good point. Interesting.
And having guns around, at least is my belief, could lead to more accidents than sort of. One of the problems in Sweden with criminal gangs is that there was, like 20 years back, there was a lot of fighting in the former Republic of Yugoslavia.
Yep.
And that. When that ended, there was a surplus of guns and sort of people have brought them into Sweden, and there are so many guns around within the criminal gangs.
Right.
So if they wouldn't have been there, we wouldn't have had the escalation of shootings.
But again, the problem is
before they had knives or fought with each other, but they didn't shoot each other.
But again,
now they shoot sort of the grandmother of an enemy.
That's stupid. But again, that's the problem. If the bad guy has a gun and you don't have a gun, you're kind of screwed. I mean, so I think it's better if everybody has a gun than you override the bad guys. Does that make sense?
Not to me.
No? Like in Chicago, they banned the guns, and now you have all those murders. You want to know why? Because you can't defend yourself. You can't tell the bad guy, can you stop, wait, let me call the cop to see if you can beat the bullet that's going to hit me? You know what I mean?
But why would they want to kill you? They want to rob you.
That's what they do in America.
Yeah,
Exactly.
But
why in Sweden they just like to maim you? They just like to take your leg out, or
no? Why should you shoot you if you haven't done anything? If you have a gun, if you're a criminal, what do you want? You basically want money or something else.
Yes, that's correct. So just give them the money.
So if you go into jail for robbery, you stay like 2-3 years.
Right.
If you go do murder, you're for life.
Right. So and I heard your jails are nice.
Well. Yeah, it depends on if you compare to El Salvador.
Well, compared to even here, I saw a documentary. It's almost like a college, kind of. Kind of.
Yeah, but at college we're not so nice people.
Right. That is true. Very, very true. Well, thank you for the talk, man. This is a good talk. That's what I do. I go around. I ask questions for this place.
Are you a journalist or are you?
Yes. You never heard of Black Robe News?
No.
Okay. So what that means is when our founding fathers came to America, do you know who were the people that woke the citizens up to fight the Redcoat British Police? It was the preachers.
Okay.
So anytime a Redcoat British Police saw a preacher, you know what he did to him?
No.
Executed him.
Oh, okay.
So now this movement's coming back that we need to take our country back. Because in America, do you think the Second Amendment is for deer hunting or bad government hunting?
I don't know.
Yeah, bad government hunting.
Yeah,
that because they said that if we don't have guns, then we are not free. And I totally agree with that. Every state in America that has open carry and or concealed carry, anybody can have it. Crime is lower. You know why? Because you could die. So that way you watch your mouth, right? Right? Even here, I'd be dead. You know how many times I've been assaulted just for doing this? Here? 13.
Okay.
Is that insane? All on video, nobody prosecuted. What's up with that?
Yeah.
In your country, would you at least prosecute them?
It depends on it all depends on the evidence.
Yeah, if it's on video they were assaulting me, don't you think that's enough evidence?
Yeah, well, it should be, but I can't comment on that because I didn't see it, right?
Is it because they don't like me?
Maybe so.
I know, I think so. I'm a nice guy, right?
Yeah, well, you seem to be. Yeah, even though we might not share the same views, but that's the thing,
Hey, one last question. Okay, what was the first murder weapon in the Bible? Do you know that?
I'm not religious, I don't know.
Okay, it was a rock. Should we ban rocks?
Well,
right?
You know the answer to that.
Okay, that's right. You can't ban rocks.
Yeah.
Right? So why should you ban guns?
Because they're more lethal.
Oh, come
on.
on.
How many people can you kill with a rock?
Okay, how many people can you kill with a car? What are people using to kill people with now? Cars. Should we ban cars?
Well, if you're looking to kill somebody and you want to be efficient, I would go for the gun.
Okay, well, even more efficient, a really good bomb in a really good place, right?
Yeah.
So should we ban the pressure cookers that they put the bomb in?
No, we shouldn't, but it's difficult. It's not an easy question because, somewhere there's a limit, right?
Is there?
Yeah, at least I think so.
Supposedly under the Second Amendment in America, we're supposed to be equal with the government. So can I get a tank?
No, well.
Right?
Well, I don't know all about the American Constitution. So,
right.
So if we set that aside,
yes.
Then I think it's a kind of a weird comparison, really.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's what they say, that I throw stuff way out there just to see what they say.
Yeah, we understand. It's a way of asking a question. But
exactly.
But if you take away sort of any regulation or anything, what makes common sense?
Yes.
And that's different to
that's true.
Dependent on who you are.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
So but it also, I guess, it depends on what background now, where you grew up,
right.
what the environment,
right.
where you come from. So you have a different experience than I have. You grew up in America. I grew up in Sweden.
Yes.
So we have totally different points of reference.
That is correct. Yeah, I'm 60. I grew up in freedom, and now that freedom's going away. It's really bumming me out. I remember in high school I used to do drugs, alcohol, and now if you do that, you're going to be crucified. That's kind of sad, right?
Okay, depends if you like drugs and alcohol.
I like drugs and alcohol,
yeah.
But they ticketed and jailed me so many times for doing it, I had to give it up.
Okay.
Is that right?
It depends. Well, you have the freedom. I guess you would have the freedom to do drugs and alcohol, but then if you do it, you need to be sure that you take care of yourself.
That is true. Don't hit people while you're driving drunk. That's true.
No.
That is true. And I didn't do that.
I know.
And they still crucified me.
Okay, well.
I know. We could go on forever, man. Hey, it was good to meet you, man. Yeah. My name is Andy. What's your name?
Eric.
Good to meet you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
You have a nice day.
Bye.
Do you think Trump's going to start World War III with China?
No.
No? Everything's going to be fine then?
Probably.
Do you like tariffs? Somebody's got to do it?
Somebody's got to do it, right?
Very good. That is the right answer. Thank you very much. Do you think Trump's going to start World War III with China?
Oh, I have no idea.
No idea. All right, thanks. All right, Miss, can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Do you think Trump's going to start World War III with China?
No.
Everything's going to be fine?
He's balancing it all out.
I know. Why is all the media saying that he is, though?
That's for the media.
Oh,
Fake
is it media or is it propaganda?
Both.
There you go. Thank you. Have a good day. That's the right answer. Sir, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do you think Trump's going to start World War III with China?
I hope so.
Do you? Is it time? Do we
Yeah,
need a
I think
reset
so.
in the whole world?
Yeah,
So if we kill half the population of the world, then we can save the planet?
I think so.
Right? There you go. Why, are you Democrat or Republican?
Independent.
Okay. Ooh, ouch. Sir, can I ask a question?
You and I have talked.
I know, but this is a new one,
But
man.
what's your name?
But this is a new
Who is
Andy. You guys are. You should probably already read about me. I'm the local activist that they
Well, we
crucified.
Yeah, that we were trying to figure out.
Yeah.
So what's the real gig? I mean, what's?
You know what the real gig is?
Yeah, what's
Punta
the-
Gorda Police
No, no.
literally said, if
Yeah.
I protest with the sign again, I'll be arrested again.
Really?
Yes, right there, Joseph Angelini.
Okay, no, but
What's that?
that's not my question.
Okay, what's your question?
My question is, why do you do this? What is it?
Because I'm 60. I remember it used to be free up in Michigan in the 80s in high school. Pot, alcohol, all that. Oh my God, it was great. And now it's like a freaking police state, man. Everything's illegal.
Yeah.
You're breaking the law right now. Did you know that? So many laws on the book, local, state, and federal. You're breaking the law. Does that make you feel free?
Well, so I will say, because we're from Indiana,
Right.
and for this being such a Republican state, I am shocked at how much regulation there is.
Thank you. Anything happens here, gotta make a law. We gotta make a law. We gotta make a law. It is
You
ridiculous.
gotta have a permit to go to the John. I mean, it's
Wow,
stupid.
he's speaking. Does he have a channel, like a podcast?
No,
That
it's
is
stupid.
correct. It is stupid. Ask me how I know. I already told you how many tickets they give me, right? In 3 years? 35 tickets for free speech and free press? It's that stupid. They banned free speech here. They're so stupid.
Oh, well,
So we sued on that and won. That's where you can look me up, Sheets versus City of Punta Gorda. And then one lawsuit that we did win. This is how corrupt it is here. They banned filming public officials in a public place in their public building. Why would you do that? Unless you have something to hide, right? Is Indiana that bad?
No.
Oh God, no. And then when there was the whole thing with the
COVID?
with the development downtown and all
Yes,
that kind of stuff,
yes.
and Lux got elected and that kind
Yes.
of stuff. Thought, okay, well that's going to make it different, and so far it hasn't made it too different.
That is correct. I will admit this, at least on the agenda, they finally are going to possibly start talking about all the lawsuits. So they mess with me so many times. I personally have 6 lawsuits against them already in Fort Myers Federal Court because I couldn't wait for a lawyer anymore, so pro se. And then I know other people that were abused by them. He's got 2 lawsuits in the court. They just settled one because he got a ticket for free speech. He had a fuck Biden sign.
So, what did you do in Michigan?
What did I do in Michigan? I did a lot of alcohol and drugs and a lot of
I
different...
think he met your career.
Jack of all trades,
what did you
master
do
of
for
none.
work?
Jack of all trades, master of none. Then I came down
Because
here.
this sure as hell doesn't pay very well.
No, I'm getting paid by NGO. I'm just kidding. Why didn't I see you at the protest the other weekend with the Democrats? You could have been. Which side would you be on? The Democrat side or the Republican
are you
side?
kidding me?
All right, I'm just making sure. So the Republicans didn't have as good as turnout as the Democrats. Okay, I was
Really?
kind of sad. Democrats 1,500 people. Republicans maybe 50 to 60 on their side.
Well, okay, so here's the gig with Republicans.
Okay, we're actually working.
You know that,
I know.
okay?
Right.
I mean, we don't protest. We just go to work.
Well, wait a minute. I thought we
We
went
do,
to. I
but
thought we went
that-
to war against the South
but
to
that-
make us all free
But
again,
that
or
being
something.
the case,
Right.
Trump winning the first time was the right side of this nation
Right.
throwing a fit.
Right.
Said we're done with this crap.
Right. That's correct.
Biden getting reelected
Right.
was the left wing throwing a fit, trying to recoup their power.
Interesting.
Trump winning this time
Yes.
was the right saying, no, you didn't hear us the first time.
Right.
We're done.
And they cheated. Do you believe they cheated on the last election?
You
Not the
mean-
last election.
I
The
was
election
gonna say,
before.
You mean the Biden one?
Yes.
Do I believe there's fraud? Yeah. Do I believe it's as widespread as we think that it might be?
I mean, Biden was using an auto pen. He wasn't even using an
But-
auto pen. You know that, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Other.
yeah, yeah.
Anybody could go there. Deet,
Yeah,
right.
I know. So to me, the question is
Right.
2026.
Yes, I think. Sadly,
me,
I think we're going to
that's
lose
the
it because
question.
of the fight that's going on with the tariffs right now.
No, I don't.
that could turn around.
No, we got 4 years for people to get over that because people are as
I know, but we got an
fickle as
election
they
coming
come.
up in 2 years.
People are
They're going to forget already?
as fickle as they
They're
come.
really going to forget.
If this thing, the tariff thing is all about China.
It
has
is.
nothing
I
to do
agree.
about anybody else. And if he can get a deal done with China that's going to be better, then in 2 years people are going to be so fickle, and they will continue with the Republican.
So that was today's question. By the way, I'm independent constitutionalist. That was today's question. Do you think Trump's going to start World War III with the tariff war in China?
Of course not.
Okay, so it's all BS what all the media is saying.
No, complete.
Do you think that they're literally going to try to tank the stock market just because Trump's doing the right thing on purpose? Is it that bad and deep?
I do not believe that there's anything a Democrat won't do.
It's pretty bad, right? I mean, Doge is exposing some mind-blowing shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have a podcast. Okay, I heard they're going to have another protest. You guys got to be over there, all right?
No.
We don't.
Oh, come on,
We
man.
have better things
Thanks for
to
the
do.
time, man. Miss, can I ask a question? Do you guys think that Trump's going to start World War III with China on this tariff stuff? No comment?
No comment on it.
Why? How much money you guys lost? Did you look
I
yet?
haven't even looked.
Okay, and you don't want to look?
No, because we were told not to. Because to me, because she and I are different.
Right. All right.
So I just have trust. I have to put the trust out there. Trust the process.
Right.
So.
All right. Because this tariff stuff needs to stop, right? I mean, it's not fair, right? They tariff us, but we can't tariff them, right?
That's how I feel.
Yeah, I agree. So do you think we're going to be fine? Because it really feels like World War III. Do you know why World War II started? Do you know the reason for that one? We cut Japan off from steel, and they started a war. So if we cut off China from buying their stuff because they got 120% markup, what's that going to do? We have 350 million people. They have 1 billion. Who's going to win?
You know, I'm not worried about that.
Do you believe in Jesus then? Or
Yes.
Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, do you believe this is the end times then?
I believe we're getting close.
Okay, very good. What do you think is going to be in the mark of the beast?
I'm not too sure because
Right.
there's a lot of things out
Different
there.
things they could do?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't even think the Antichrist is here yet.
No kidding. Why do people think that Trump is the Antichrist?
I don't know because he's not good looking.
I know, right? You guys have a good day.
What you got?
What's that?
What do you need?
Okay, do you think Trump's going to start World War III with China?
You know, I hope not.
Right?
Yeah.
But does it kind of feel like it could?
You know, I hope we're smarter than that, but
Right.
it's difficult.
The world's pretty messed up right now, all right?
Very difficult right now.
Yeah. All right. All right, thank you. Sir, can I ask a question? Do you think Trump's going to start World War III with China? World War III with China because of the tariff war. What do you think?
I kind of doubt it.
Right. So this is all the media trying to make it sound like he is, but he really isn't.
No, I think it depends on how you interpret the news and how deep you read into it.
Right. Is our news almost like the propaganda now?
Well, it's polarized. You have one party has its news source and one party has its news source.
Right.
Used to, like in the older days, NBC, ABC, they were both non-biased.
Right.
You could get a clearer picture of what's going on.
Right.
Yeah, but it's not that way anymore.
So did you hear that Doge found out that the media was literally getting money to say all the same shit? Basically propaganda.
I hadn't heard where they got money. They probably did.
Yeah, oh, they absolutely did. They want them all. You know how when you watch all the channels, they all say the same shit because they were getting paid to say the same shit. That's kind of messed up, right? They were using your tax money. Does that make you feel better?
I don't pay net taxes.
Okay, very good. But you know it's still wrong,
Anyway.
right?
Yeah.
I agree. Well, actually, like Trump said, we didn't pay taxes until what, 1913, right? So why are we paying taxes now?
I think he needs to remind people that he's going to get rid of the income tax and everything's going to be paid with the tariffs. So
Yes, I agree, right?
that's what he said.
I mean, do you like paying taxes on your house that you already own? That's kind of fucked up, right?
Well, it depends on what those taxes go to. If it supports schools and different things,
Right.
then and the infrastructure, no, I don't mind that.
Well, why can't we do that with the state tax? Because here I am, I'm debt-free, and yet if I don't pay my taxes, they're going to take my debt-free house. That's kind of like theft, right?
I'm the same way, but I guess we're kind of stuck there.
Right? Are we? Do you think the Second Amendment is for deer hunting or bad government hunting?
I'm not sure. I'm probably for neither.
Right.
That's the right to bear arms, you're talking
Right,
about?
yeah, it actually is so we can defend ourselves, because you remember, just like we took the South back and put our country back together, and if we didn't, we'd still have black slaves today down here. Do you agree with black slaves?
Hell no.
Okay, there you go.
I
Right?
never owned a gun in my life. I don't think I ever will.
No kidding. Okay, how do you defend yourself?
I don't have to.
Nobody's ever. You're such a nice guy. Nobody ever tried to rob you or nothing.
No.
Wow. All right. So what am I doing wrong? I've been assaulted 13 times on camera.
I don't know.
Is it asking too many questions?
I don't know. Maybe confrontational. I generally consist with people who are confrontational, and I try to agree with them a little bit,
Right.
and just avoid them.
So what's the sense you get? Am I confrontational, or I'm in the middle, fair?
No, I think I don't judge people, but
Right.
I feel like you have a duty to do something and to keep people enlightened. I mean, I don't know what Black Road News is. But
Actually, do you know how our country was founded? So when we came here to America, it was the black robe preachers that told them to rise up and kill the red coat British police. And when the red coat British police found out about that, if they saw a preacher in a black robe, do you know what they did to him? Executed him. So this movement is coming back. There's a church in Northport. They absolutely preach this all day long. And you know what? Their preacher is an ex-cop. He saw the light that everything's illegal now. You know and I know we used to be free and now everything's illegal, right? Pretty much.
I don't know, pot's illegal now in a lot of places. I don't even smoke it, but it used
Right.
to be more illegal than it is now.
Well, do you, it's funny that you say that. Do you think making pot into a crime is good or bad? Do you know why we made it a crime? Because when we quit the war on alcohol, they needed another boogeyman. So they said if a black man smokes pot, he's going to rape your white wife. Does that sound right?
Propaganda, yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's BS, right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, if you smoke pot, do you feel like raping a black woman?
I wouldn't smoke pot. I'm an athlete.
All right, there you go. Well, for some people, it's good. God made it. It helps them mellow down. PTSD, you know what I mean?
All humans are so. Everyone can support whatever twisted opinion they have, one way or another.
That is true. Absolutely true. So what do you mean you're an athlete? What have you been doing all your whole life then?
Oh, I've been running marathons.
Wow.
I'm almost 75, and I still run marathons.
Very good. And then
Drink very moderately, never smoked.
right,
Just eat well.
right,
So yeah, I've been doing a lot of good things for people.
right. All right, there you go. And the oldest person living in your family is, what's the oldest age?
The oldest person, well, my mother lives to be 100,
So you got a ways to go yet.
I would hope so. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Do you think because you're in shape you're going to make it?
It's really hard to tell. We're attacked by a lot of contaminants in the environment.
That is true. Did you get the shot? COVID shot?
Hell no.
Very good. So you do like RFK? Kennedy.
I like some aspects of it. Yeah.
Right. All right.
Yeah. I feel like he could be off at some points. He just changes his tune on the missiles. I'm really not that well educated on it. So
But do you think we should make the whole country to get a shot just because, a couple hundred people got the measles? Don't you remember going to the measles party when you were young like I did? Yeah, so why is it everybody's got to get a shot now, which has lead in it or mercury, and it'll give you Alzheimer's?
I agree, but I'm surprised he changed his opinion on that. But apparently there's some pressure somewhere.
Do you think RFK needs to ban all this BS drug commercials on radio and TV?
That'd be no, really, because it'd be the same as banning free speech or another thing,
I know, but that's all we hear now is brainwashing of all these drugs on radio and TV, right? Now people are getting...
I don't listen to radio or watch TV.
Well, I listen to the radio while I'm working, but on TV I don't watch it anywhere either. It's all propaganda, man. Think of this. Almost all the TV shows are about cops and taking down the bad guy. Do you know what that is? Indoctrination, man. That's not what our country was founded on. It was founded on freedom, right? Yeah, not everything being illegal. Let's get him because he had a bad sign, right?
Well, you look on Netflix, the top 10 movies are always violent movies of one way or another.
They are. Absolutely, that's true. So we become a violent nation, right?
I think we have been for a long time.
Right.
But it's gotten worse, I think.
Right. So should we ban guns? Would that make everything better?
No.
Very good. That's right. We shouldn't. If you do not have guns, are you free? No. If a country doesn't have guns, are they free or not free?
Well, it depends on whether they voluntarily give up their guns or not.
Right.
If they voluntarily decided not as a country not to have guns, then they're free.
Right.
If they, but freedom, I mean, no one's free anymore, man.
Do you know all the countries that ban guns? Do you know what they're doing now? They're all stabbing each other. So should we ban knives? Right?
Probably not.
You know what the first murder weapon was in the Bible? A rock. Should we ban rocks?
Yeah.
Right? Where does it end, right?
Yeah. I don't think it's a good idea. But, a lot of the guns that go to Mexico are designed for gangs,
Right.
sent to Mexico and built in the United States. And I don't agree with that. They're designed.
They are talking about making the drug cartels down there a terrorist organization. Do you agree with that? So we can go after them.
I don't think so.
You don't think we should go after
I
them?
think we should. I think we've gone after enough people as a country.
That is true.
And we never get anywhere with it.
Are you saying that we need to stop being the world's police?
Hell yeah.
All right. But do you agree that's messed up during, as an example, during Biden's administration, he just let everybody come over illegally and with drugs. Was that fucked up? That was really fucked up. But all right, I got to find some more victims. I mean, people. It was good to meet you.
Good talk to you.
Hope you live to 100.
Thank you.
Yep. Can I ask a question? Do you think Trump's going to start World War III with China?
I hope not.
I agree. So why is all the media trying to freak everybody out and saying that he is?
Media is always doing that.
Okay, so it is propaganda then.
I would like to think it is.
Right. So you agree this needs to be done. We need to have an even playing field.
I think we've been taken advantage of, and that something should be done.
That is
Hopefully
correct.
It doesn't equal.
So do you think Trump is our Lord and Savior?
No, I do not.
You have a good day. Sir, can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
I like your sign.
To God be the glory.
Okay, you like my sign?
Yes.
Yes, this is a good one?
To God be the glory.
Yes, very good.
That is wonderful.
So they had me asking a question today. Do you think Trump is going to start World War III with China on this tariff war?
I really don't get into politics.
No?
No.
Just Jesus.
That's not my
Which
area.
is good.
Yes.
Yeah. So are you guys saving the baby too, like I am?
We try, yes, anything that is God's child, God's
That is
children.
correct.
Yes.
Do you know the best place to do this? Do you know where the farmer's market is?
Yes.
Yeah, across the street, you can reach so many people that are going in there, for real. I think even more than here.
Well,
Yeah. Well, what happened is our church, we have a couple of people that are meeting here today.
Oh.
This is just for today.
So
it's
okay.
not every day.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're supposed to meet them, but
By
I haven't
11
seen them
o'clock.
yet.
Which church?
11 o'clock.
Souls
Harbor.
Okay. Are they bringing food?
No, I don't know if they're
Oh,
gonna bring
come
food.
on.
But
I
you guys-
thought all churches
They're
bring
bringing
food.
the tracts.
Oh, man.
We
What
bring
about the
spiritual- we bring
food? You
spiritual
don't
food.
drink or drug, you
Bread of
eat.
life,
you're
bread
right.
of life.
Right?
You better-
Okay, if you were going to bring food, what food would you bring? What is your
We're
mood?
from the Caribbean.
I know. I'm married a Filipino. I like to hear the food.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's half Spanish, half Asian.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like to bring a chicken, chicken
one?
fricassee.
My wife likes
Yes,
Chicken
very
fricassee.
good.
So it's,
Okay.
it's like with the gravy.
Ah, see,
tomatoes.
she's making me
Yeah,
hungry.
yeah,
You
I'm
should have
telling
brought it.
you.
I would.
Sweet
I would have sat
pepper.
down and got saved for that.
We could have, we could have, you know, we could
Exactly.
have, you
Yeah.
know.
All right.
Yeah.
How you doing
but,
today?
we
I
gotta
am doing
pray,
good.
We gotta pray
Today.
for our country. Our
Yes.
country.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
Country.
indeed.
I think they are trying to start World War III to bring the end times. What do you think? You agree?
I think so.
Well, you know what the Bible told us about that.
That
The
is
Bible
coming.
said a lot of yes.
That's
but
right.
a lot of things are going to orchestrate it.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it doesn't just have to be from Trump.
Right,
So
that
could
is
be the
true.
Initiator.
Okay, so is Trump the Antichrist or not really?
I doubt it. He's not.
Okay, so he is not our Lord and Savior.
He's
No,
not.
of course not. God
Okay,
forbid.
I
God
know,
forbid.
I know. I'm
No,
being
God
sarcastic.
forbid.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Well, because some people worship him like that. though,
Yes,
right?
that's why he's where he's at.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you
where
know
he's
when
where he's at, you
Obama
know.
was in power.
Okay.
believe it, even when Bush was in power,
Yeah.
Junior Bush.
Yes.
When Clinton was in power, we've had all the. I'm an African. Oh, that.
Yes, I said
is
that.
the Antichrist.
Oh,
Obama was Antichrist.
interesting.
Bill Clinton was
That is a good point.
Everybody's Antichrist.
Biden, no way he could have been the Antichrist.
He's not.
Yeah.
Well,
was he even there when he was there?
personally,
Right?
Personally, I think Trump can fit the position of Antichrist because he has such an ego.
He
And
does, a very big
according
ego.
to the Bible, he's gonna get maybe he's gonna be invited by what's
Which
the
one?
guy, the prime minister in Israel?
Netanyahu. Yeah, Netanyahu.
He's gonna be invited by him,
Right.
And then he's get bigger,
he
and then
was
he's gonna
talking
claim to see, you know what? I'm the one that can fix it, and I am God.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm the
and then
chosen
that's
one."
when the Jews
Wow.
gonna be,
Right.
open up their eyes and say,
Right.
you know what, this man is blaspheming.
But he's trying to save the Jews. That's a good thing,
He said
right?
he's
Yeah,
a-
but
he's a
that's the
chosen man.
thing. That's the
He said
thing.
he's chosen
Okay.
You set the pathway or
Okay.
the tone to
Right.
for people to like you. And
Okay.
then, you know what? So you attract as many
Oh,
followers as possible.
all right, I get it.
You know, that's the way it is.
Right.
He's a
The only
leader.
part of him that he said that kind of caught my attention was when he said, I'm the chosen one.
He did say
I
that.
like,
He
the
did.
only thing I like about him when he says God made male and female.
Yes,
we
that was a good one,
recognize-
right?
Oh, that's the one. That's the one. I
So
would
do you
give him a
agree
high
that
five.
it was good that he stopped the Department of Education because the feds were telling the state to teach kids to be communist and gay? Is that wrong?
I doubt it. No, they didn't say that.
I don't think so.
They
They didn't say
did.
that.
They really
They did?
pushed it on the states for teach the school kids to be gay and be a tranny.
Are you serious?
Chop their penis off. Seriously,
Well, if
that's
that-
kind of
if
messed
that's-
up.
I don't know,
Where in the
but if-
Bible does it say we should make all
I
the
didn't
kids
see that.
tranny?
I didn't hear that.
You didn't see that in the Bible either?
No, I didn't see
I
that.
didn't see it in the Bible
Department of Justice.
Yeah, no, the feds were pushing that. Absolutely.
Are you
If
serious?
they are pushing it, yeah, you should get rid of
But
it.
I
Yeah.
didn't see. Where did you see that?
That it's on Twitter. You didn't see that?
I didn't see that.
Everything that's on Twitter is true.
Really? I don't know. We don't.
He
follow
didn't
this.
get the joke. Everything on Twitter is not true.
I don't believe that. No, I'm thinking. I'm thinking.
Right.
There's so many.
But again, the Bible says you're not supposed to chop your penis off, right? You're
Of
supposed to
course
be a
not.
man or a
Exactly,
woman,
a
right?
woman, yes.
So why would they teach that in schools?
Because
Do they teach that? Because what?
They really do
if
teach
you're
it in school.
a
Seriously.
Christian, you know
Okay.
there are two forces.
Yes.
The
Evil
demonic
and good.
forces
That-
is
ooh,
unleashed right now.
Right?
Absolutely.
So the reason
Uh,
to me, according to the Bible, the demonic forces are unleashed right now because to make the end time come to pass.
Right.
So
Wow.
all the things that are
It's gonna
demonic
happen.
Right.
gonna
It's
happen.
gonna happen.
Gonna
Wow.
happen.
And more frequently.
If you realize,
Right.
you don't even we need to read the Bible.
Right.
If you think that even the family is breaking up,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
men and women don't want to stay married, or they want to shack
That's
up together.
true.
They want to shack
That's
up.
true.
They don't want to have children.
That's true.
They don't want to get
we have
married.
destroyed America, right?
Yes.
Yes. What
America-
happened, man?
I've been in America since I was 14. My parents
Yes.
brought me here.
Yep.
And then this is not the America we knew.
I'm 60. I agree with that. I'm
And
from,
then I'm sure
I'm
you-
from
you-
Michigan.
you
We
hear-
used to be free and
Yes.
not all cutting our penis
Yeah.
off. Aren't you glad he still's got his penis?
If
Right.
it's gonna be cut off, it's gonna be by me.
There you go. For him being a bad man.
Boy,
That's
if it's
right.
a bad
For being a
boy,
bad
then I'll
boy.
cut it
That's
off.
right. You're
I
going to
don't-
Lorena
I
Bob
don't
it
need
in.
the federal government to help me with that one.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So what? So today you're going to teach
Today,
hell
today we're
and
passing
brimstone?
tracks,
Okay.
and we're supposed to minister, like evangelize.
Right. Okay. Are you at least somebody's going to bring cookies and water so I can
No,
go back later?
No, you can come back. I'm sure.
They might have something, but they won't have what she was talking about,
No,
which
no,
is what I
no,
want.
that we need to invite you.
Dana, we are to invite you to Soul
Let me
Harbor.
tell you
We
with
had,
my friend.
Okay.
we had something like that on Tuesday. We
Oh,
have
really?
a farewell party.
Okay.
We're sending some couple back to California, so
Yep.
we had lots of food.
And I missed it.
You missed it.
Okay, when's the next party?
One, oh my God, when is the next one? Probably for Mother's Day.
Okay.
Last
That's
year
when
we
they
had
bring
a
good
big
food?
one. Oh my God, we bring lots of food.
Really?
Asian food, Jamaican food.
Oh,
we are international.
man.
Oh, we have
Really?
a couple of Filipinos.
Okay, you're making me do that. Okay, what day do you think that might be? Souls Harbor.
Souls
And you think Mother's Day is Mother's Day? Duh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mother's Day is not for men.
Okay, I will look it up. All right. You have a good day. Good
That's
to
when
meet you.
Keep your penis.
That's right. Black Robe News.
Okay.
You never heard of it?
No.
When our founding fathers came here, who was the one that woke up the people to fight the British? It was preachers in black robes. So when the British found out about that, they would kill every preacher with a black robe.
Okay.
So it's about freedom, free speech, making America free again.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. We're stopping everything. You have a good day. Trump's going to start World War III with China?
Who the hell knows?
Right? It's pretty bad, right?
I'm a Trump fan, so you're barking up the wrong tree.
All right. So I am too. I just it's a real question though.
Who knows?
All right. We'll see. Thank you. Sir, can I ask a question? Do you think Trump's going to start World War III with China?
Do what now?
Do you think Trump's going to start World War III with China?
No.
No? Everything's going to be fine?
Everything's going to be fine.
Do you know how the war started with Japan in World War II?
Doesn't make any difference.
It's not
you
the
asked
same?
me that question.
Right.
And
That
I
is
answered
true.
it.
That is
Okay.
true. Yeah, we cut Japan off from steel and they went to war with us. So if we cut them off from buying their products, are they going to start a war over that?
No.
No? Because they need us more than we need them?
Not necessarily. We all need each other.
That is true. But do we need to bring work back here, though?
We do.
Do you remember when we were young, we used to actually have work here, right?
Yes.
And we gave it all away. Was that stupid?
That was stupid.
That was very stupid. So we do need to bring it back.
We do need to bring
Okay,
it
very good. All right, thank you.
back. Okay.
Yep. Sir, can I ask a question? Do you think Trump's going to start World War III with China?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Follow politics.
You don't? You know that's how we got Biden, right? Because you didn't vote.
Okay.
You didn't like Biden, did you? Oh, God. Oh, just ruined it. All right.
Hey, what are you doing?
What am I doing? I am spreading the good word of, do you think Trump's going to start World War III with China?
Oh, I don't know about that. Do you think Jesus,
That's a good word.
do you think Jesus is coming back?
Do you think Trump is our Lord and Savior?
No.
Okay, very good. There you go. Right? All right, yeah, that's today's question. A lot of people think he's going to start World War III over this. What do you think? Okay. This gets me into, I get a street of gold. What?
Yeah, read the back. It's got the gospel message on the back.
Okay, there you go.
That's
Very good.
valuable
It's
right
worth
there.
$1 million. That is awesome.
It's
Very,
also
very
good
good.
change for those, though. Every
All right.
time I ask for
So is
change,
it all right
they're
if I
like,
come and get? So I am finally legal to do my sign. So it's fine if I do abortion is bad over here with dead babies. Do you guys like dead babies?
I don't like this.
I don't like dead babies, but people need to know that's what they're doing, right? Right? Exactly. When are you guys going to do the abortion issue, man?
Just sharing the gospel. That's it.
Right? Oh, I know that's good, but we got
I'm not
to.
focus on any one particular thing.
Right? Any one certain sin? Is that how you say
Yeah.
it?
No. I mean, sometimes people. Some people are receptive, or some people
Right.
have a humble heart. You
Right.
give them God's grace,
Right.
and His love and His mercy.
Right.
Some people might heckle you, and then you rebuke them. Hey, folks.
Very good. You
Right?
did get a heckler then?
You always get heckled.
Okay. Did you get it on video? I like video.
No, we didn't get anything on video.
Dang it.
No.
All right. A lot of people ask about this one. You guys got to start doing one of the signs, man.
Yeah.
They love it. And then when I explain what it's about, they get it. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I already explained it to you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what this means, right? When our founding fathers came here, who are the people that woke up the congregation to shoot the red coat British police dead for freedom? The preachers in black robes. So when the red coat British police saw one with a black robe, you know what they did to him? Shot him dead. So should we bring back this movement to wake people up? Which church are you?
We're all in the same church,
Okay, this is all Northport Church?
Port Charlotte.
Okay, the Port Charlotte Church. That's what it was. All right, very, very good. All right, when you guys going to go down to the Gilchrist Walkway where you can like set up food? Like if you get saved, you get a cookie and water.
We'll probably be down there, I think, the first week in June.
Really? Very, very good. And then you're going to have the cookies and water. If you get saved, you get a cookie and water?
No, actually, I'm planning on doing a street church.
Wow, very good. You got to pull a permit for that.
Yes.
Okay. And then when you do that, do you get to make sound? Can you have music? Can you preach a little bit?
Well, I'm planning on preaching. for Sure.
Very good. You got a YouTube channel so I can see your stuff?
No, not yet. June, when we start in June,
Okay.
We're planning on at least putting it on Facebook Live.
Very good.
So we'll do that.
That'll be on Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
Very good. What time?
Not quite sure yet. It'll either be 9 to 10 or 10 to 11.
Because I think another church goes there once in a while, the Methodist. Well, it used to be a Methodist, right?
I'm not really sure who goes down
Why, are
there.
you going to go for the big pavilion or the small one?
To me, it doesn't really matter.
Right.
I talked to them about that, and they said, well, if it's available, you can use whatever.
Right.
So
So with
I guess
that,
I'd rather do the big pavilion.
So with that permit, you can actually make sound over 100 feet, right? Did they explain that to you?
I didn't. I probably got to call them one more time on that to be clear, because I think I did read in the rules that you can't amplify before noon.
Yeah, they gave me a ticket for that. Yeah.
So I'm not. As of right now, I'm not planning on any amplification. I'm just going to speak loudly.
Right. I love amplification, dude. Okay.
Yeah, I do too.
The
And
street
actually
preachers
today,
of Fort Myers, 100 watts, man. Come on.
Today one of the guys that was going to come with us from church was going to bring his.
Yes.
Yeah, and we were going to just do some street preaching.
Absolutely. I know. What's one of the verses you would yell out?
One of the ones that I really like is Jesus. Enter through the narrow gate.
Yes.
For wide is the gate and broad is the way that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But narrow is the gate and difficult is the way that leads to life, and few will find it.
I wish you would have had that for the bullhorn today. I would put that everywhere. I would put that everywhere. Because did I tell you how crazy it got with me? They banned me from YouTube for 2 years because of free speech. But that ban is gone now. So not only can I come back out here with saving babies, I can also post on Facebook.
Are you walking on thin ice right now, or?
No, everything's
You're
done.
good?
Yeah, everything's good. That is correct.
So
yeah.
what if you came out here and you didn't make any adjustments or changes to the method that you were using?
That's very good point. That is very, very good point. Well, I got 6 lawsuits against them in Fort Myers Federal Court right now. Are they still going to be stupid and mess up?
Well, all right, so here's one that.
Okay.
And I'm gonna explain a little bit why, a little reason why I do things the way I do.
Okay.
I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong at all.
Right.
This is just the way I do it.
Okay.
And I don't know what scripture it is. That's why I'm looking it up. I'm cheating.
Right. Thou shalt not sit on your ass and do nothing. Is it that one?
Well, that one's, yeah.
That one's all over the Bible.
Right here.
Right.
Okay, 1 Peter, 3:15.
Right.
Hey, what's going on? How y'all
Okay,
doing
but in your
today?
hearts, revere Christ as Lord. Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have.
Right.
But do this with gentleness and respect.
Ooh, there you go.
So I'm not afraid to do what you're doing.
I forgot that last part sometimes, but yeah.
I get it.
But again,
because you can get out here and get wound up. You can.
Oh yeah.
Last week we had a guy that.
What do you do?
He was really ticked off that we were here. And
what?
When Joe, who was here?
Did you get that on video, man?
Matt.
Did you get it on video?
No.
Come on, you guys. You got to have a camera,
the
man.
guy was really ticked off. And
what did he do? Did he bear spray you like they did me?
Did he do what?
Bear spray you.
No.
Right? I got bear sprayed from a moving truck right here. Yeah. There you go.
Yikes.
I know, right? So, am I doing a better job than you guys, or? I mean, you want to get bear sprayed, right? For Jesus?
No. Not today.
There you go. So, are you going to be with them in June when you guys get down there and start your little church? I think that's awesome. That is awesome. And you know you need to get a bullhorn so you can do the preaching right there, right?
Yep.
Are you going to have cookies, water? What do you think? If you get saved, you get a water and a cookie?
No.
No, nothing like that.
You get eternal life.
All right. Okay, you got 2 words in one here. Come to. Okay, there you go. Very, very good.
Table and pray.
Right. Very, very good. Anything on the other side? Very, very good. Did you guys ever think of getting a dry erase board? You get to change it on the fly. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, dry erase board. Did you ever think of that?
What's that?
You get the dry erase board and you can change it right on the fly. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Jesus hates sinners, stuff like that.
Well, knowing me, I would rub against it and it would.
Yeah, that's true
Knowing me.
too. That's true too. But I still highly suggest one of you guys needs to get that 360 camera in case you get another person like that. So did he touch you, threaten you, what?
No, he's just angry.
Right. So that means he was probably, the devil was in him and he was possessed.
Yeah, he just doesn't. He loves his sin more than he loves the Lord.
Wow. So he's going to burn in hell.
If he doesn't repent.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Wow.
Absolutely.
All right. So you guys are going to be here every weekend now?
We're here most Saturdays.
Right.
Not all.
Right.
But most Saturdays.
Right.
And like I said, we'll move over there.
Absolutely.
in June.
Absolutely.
We also got our eye on Lashley Park as well.
Well, Well, when the people have an activity there, absolutely, that is the best thing. So if they have an activity at Gilcrest, activity there.
Well, you know where I used to love is when they used to let them use that huge area right out there.
Yes.
They can't use it anymore.
That is correct. That is correct.
That was
you
the
reach
best.
a lot of people.
Oh my word! I mean, there's this.
Did I tell you what happened to me when I was doing Saving Babies with my sign on the Christmas parade?
Really?
The people tried to beat the crap out of me in front of a cop, and they were blocking my sign, so I kept having to run. You know what the cop did? She gave him a sticker for being a good citizen for blocking my sign. A Punta Gorda cop. I'm dead serious. She gave him a sticker saying they did the right thing blocking my sign trying to save babies. Does that sound right, wrong?
Most of the police that I've experienced down here or over there have been pretty encouraging.
Okay, so none of the cops have harassed you like they have me?
No, never.
Wow.
No, actually, a couple of them, the bike cops over there, used to stop and give us encouragement.
Right. Why? They never gave me encouragement. What's up with that?
Don't know.
I don't get it either. I don't get it. Yeah, and you know what's really sad? Like I told you before, they fully supported Black Lives Matter, the gun grabbers, and the baby killers. Fully supported them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was crucified. So, anyways, all right, I got to get back. I can't wait to see you over there, man. Have a good day.